In an exclusive News 11 report, staggering numbers of children left unaccompanied in hot cars. The National Safety Council says on average, 37 children die from pediatric vehicular heat stroke each year. For Arizona, we rank 4th for the most hot car deaths in America. California ranked 3rd. One Arizona man is set on a mission to make sure these numbers don't go any higher.
Her mom left her alone in a hot car.
Baby died after she was left in a hot car.
9-month-old baby who was left in a hot truck.
It's every parent's worst nightmare, yet we see it in the news headlines every year.
Hearing the news stories just absolutely devastated me.
Hot car tragedies strike families in the U.S. and all over the world. Since 1998, over 760 children have died from being left inside a hot vehicle. Aaron O'Connor, an Arizona father of 3, says the biggest mistake a person can make is the mindset that it won't happen to you.
It can happen to you. It does happen to people every single day. This is so preventable. This is so senseless. It's got to be stopped.
O'Connor spent 10 months developing a way to do just that. Though not personally affected by a tragedy, O'Connor wanted to prevent future victims through the Backseat app.
The reason for me creating this app was I just simply got sick and tired of seeing the news specials.
He says we see this issue every year because old habits die hard.
It happens purely out of parental distraction. I believe in today's society we have so many things pulling us in so many different directions.
The Backseat app hopes to break those habits. O'Connor gave us a step-by-step demonstration.
Zip this thing up to 20 miles an hour.
That's what activates the app.
Okay, so here we go.
The app detects the trips started.
Now there's about a 45-second lag to allow for stoplights, but at this point in time, the app has also detected that we've stopped, and this trip has started will change to we've detected your trip has stopped.
Just minutes later, the app will alert you to check for children in the back seat.
It starts a gentle reminder process.
If you don't deactivate it with a 4-digit PIN, expect rapid-fire notifications, even if your phone is on silent.
So again, the design is I want your phone to be losing its mind.
Should those alerts fail, 3 of your contacts will be notified by text and email of your GPS location and model and make of your car.
That's the game changer. That's the coolest feature. That's what I believe is the difference between an embarrassed parent and a devastated parent.
Now the app comes at the right time, as a new study conducted in this parking lot of Arizona State University shows just how hot a vehicle can get, whether it be under shade or under direct desert sun.
Nancy Sullivan is a state climatologist involved in this study. The 10-day study compares 3 sets of cars: minivans, sedans, and economy vehicles.
What we found was that the cars that were parked in the sun heated up quicker than the cars that were parked in the shade, and of course they heated up to a higher temperature ultimately.
Now in the study done by ASU, it also reveals just how hot it can get inside a cabin of a vehicle. So we have our news vehicle here to show a little bit of a demonstration, and mind you, we are parked under this shaded structure, so most people think that they're good parking in the shade on a hot day. That is not always the case. So let's say hypothetically this vehicle has been sitting under the shade for an hour, and that's what they did in the study. So if you join me in the car, let's say on a typical 100-degree day, a dashboard retains the most heat. They're sitting at about 120 degrees. Steering wheels, they are looking at 110 degrees. Seats, 105. That's just in the shade. Now imagine if your car is parked out in the direct sun. It is even hotter. Now imagine if you left your kid in the back seat, just how hot they are.
Children have a much less efficient system of cooling themselves. They don't sweat as much as adults do. They have a harder time cooling themselves down.
These desert ovens can even reach the highest of temperatures.
We had one in the 170s, one in the 180s, and the highest temperature we got was 192 on a dashboard. That was basically in direct sunlight.
For O'Connor, it's not just deaths he cares about.
Statistics track the amount of children that we lose every single year to death. What statistics are not reminding us of is the thousands more children that are rescued in the nick of time, but will live the rest of their lives with some type of permanent medical problems, up to and including severe brain damage. It's not just death that I'm trying to prevent, it's everything.
O'Connor says he feels accomplished for the amount of positive feedback he's already received from app users, and he won't stop until this is no longer a problem. Blake Keller, News 11.
Now, the National Safety Council gave an F to Arizona for failing to implement policy changes that could help reduce the number of hot car deaths. California received a B grade for developing state laws that prohibits leaving a child in the car. And if you're interested in checking out the Backseat app, you can find the link on our website at kyma.com or through our News 11 app.